What's up, guys? Today's video I'm going over a couple different things I had issues with, and whenever I set up the T-bucket I just kind of put it together, got things generally where they went, and nothing is quite final yet, but you know, as the videos go on you'll see them, you know, just kind of tidying the loose ends up and whatnot. I kind of got two different projects going on. I'm building the T-bucket trailer, and I'm finishing up the loose ends on the T-bucket. With the build issue, I think it might just be chassis flex. I'm not real sure. I got to delve into that one and find out what's going on there. I definitely know the belt's snagging on something. I need a camera or something to be able to put up under there so that way I can see. It doesn't do it whenever I just got it on a lift. It does it only whenever it's on, you know, driving and whatnot. So that's why I think it might be just the chassis flex. I got a drive video in, but I couldn't do speeds because even in the video, I think that you can hear it. The belt's slapping. You know, it ended up getting snagged, and you can hear it's actually apart at that point and going through, and you can hear something kind of slapping, and you can feel resistance on the drivetrain. It wasn't operating how it should, I guess. It was had a little bit of resistance. It wasn't really free rolling like it usually is. So in one point, I think I hit 33 miles an hour, and I think I was only in fifth gear at that point, and I hit 33 miles an hour. Then I had to slow down, and then another point, I think I hit 37 miles an hour, so just under 40 mile an hour. And I don't think that I was in sixth gear in that one either. I think I was at the top end of fifth gear. GPS thing that I had, I went ahead and deleted it off my phone, but I did get the one run in with 33 mile an hour, and then 37 miles an hour. I'll throw a new belt on there, make sure everything's lined up pretty good, and just check and see if I can feel any sharp edges, because whatever it's catching on is enough to rip it. So whenever I was going through and setting everything up, I already went and done that. You know, I had a couple sharp edges from welds, so I went ahead and grinded them down. But I think it might be actually one of the guides, you know, the little metal guides. I think it might just be whipping hard enough that it's catching the edge or something. I'm not real sure. So. But yeah, I'm gonna fix those issues in this, and I take it out on a little drive. I got my kids going around in the yard in it. Both of my kids love this little thing. My son, he's just under 2 years old. He'll be 2 years in next month, so just a couple days shy of 1 month. He loves it. I think he's gonna be just like me. He loves cars. He sees a car and he wants to go up and get in it, and he's just drawn to them. So I think he's gonna be a little gearhead as well. But I took both of them around in the yard, and then I kind of ripped it, and then that's wherever the belt was kind of popping off or whatnot. And then I went ahead and took it out for a drive anyways, thinking that since it was on road, I wouldn't have that much chassis flex, but the belt is catching on something. So as soon as I get that figured out, we'll actually get a good speed run in. And even if not, I'm going to throw one of these new belts on, and it's at top speed before with fresh belt, so we'll see what it'll hit with that. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Stay tuned and enjoy some songs. Hopefully get some good music going, because having this limited selection is kind of lame, but I'm making the best that I can do with it. So, and really I'm doing all this kind of for myself. You know, like I said, it's a hobby. I enjoy the building aspect of it, and then I'm really starting to enjoy the editing aspect of it. It was kind of a nightmare at first, but then after you figure out kind of what you're doing, it actually becomes enjoyable. So right now it's not too enjoyable, just somewhat to get videos out, and I'm trying to learn two different processes and whatnot, so it's a little irritating. But as soon as it calms down and actually just becomes a hobby, it will for sure be enjoyable. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If not, you know. And I decided to sit in my Audi. This is just a project car. I'm in the process of redoing the interior now, and then I got a rear seat delete for it. I'll go over this someday, I'm sure. I kind of post all my videos on this channel because they're all kind of related. It's all RC cars, real cars, mini cars. So, I mean, all my content is basically the same thing. I do some fixing or how-to videos. Come into a life situation that I can't just come up with a quick video on to find out how to do it. I'll go ahead and figure out how to do it, and then I'll go ahead and post my video on there because, you know, obviously it's helping somebody. And those actually seem to be the videos that do the best. Nobody wants to see me just sit here and talk. They want to know. They want something from you. So, I guess that's how life goes. But yeah, if you just enjoy the content, then yeah, sit back, smoke one, drink one, whatever's your thing, you know, enjoy yourself. Try and work on this clutch pedal early, even have to press the clutch, so I know I'm going to go ahead and shorten it for now, and then we'll see what happens after that. I'll see how it functions after it's shortened. I think if it's shortened, it'll probably be okay. It won't need a guide or whatnot, but we'll see how that works out. So I'm going to get back at it. This is what I done earlier to get the throttle cable working, as I welded this little tab line down here and then drilled a hole through there, but that's just not good enough. I got the cable running. I welded this little tab on there and got the cable running through there, and then I drilled a hole up here in this section to where it will fit in there, but the pressure, whenever you let off the throttle and whatnot, it's got a little bit of pressure that gets released, so it keeps popping out of there. So I think I'm going to either take some a nut and weld it right here, so that way the throttle cable can set inside of that and won't go left or right. or stack a bunch of washers that will fit nice and tightly over this and then weld them there. So basically just a guide that you can slip the throttle cable into so that way it doesn't wiggle, because that's the problem with the throttle. And then I think I'll start working on the seat and whatnot next, but after I get this throttle cable done, then I'll be ready to be able to take out and go on a speed run, find out exactly how fast it does go. I'm excited to see the top speed on it. Alright, so I think I found it. I'm just going to use a little socket. I have to cut it off a little bit right here to where it'll fit in there, and then I'll weld that in there. Throttle cable will fit down inside the socket snug, and won't have no room to go nowhere. Show you what that looks like. So now there's that socket in there, hole straight through. The cable will rest in there, and the socket gets smaller in the middle, so it stops it, and the cable comes out the other side. And then the other thing that I done was the throttle cable was getting cut by the tub, the sharp metal. So I found a little piece of metal and put that inside of the tub, and then the outside diameter is bigger to keep it from falling in and out. Alright, let me give you a little tour of what we done tonight. We got this throttle taken care of. That's nice and secure in there. It goes forward and backward a little bit, but they don't go side to side, so it's not going to crimp or anything. It's going to fix the issue. I kind of messed up. I went ahead and drilled another hole thinking that I was going to have it slotted to where this could come up, but it didn't need it. The one hole was just fine, so now it looks ugly and has two holes, converted into a slot, but that's okay. I can take a big washer or something and fix that. Let's see, up here I welded this in so that way the cable doesn't get cut by the sharp metal, so that's fixed. The steering now is extremely tight. I got the steering braced up. I got another mount basically the same as the one in front, just doubled in back. But no, so I got the throttle fixed, the clutch fixed, the steering fixed. Next, I'm gonna put a bend right in here to where this handle is more upright along with the side of the barrel. So I still got to do that, but now how it sits, it's good enough to be able to take on speed runs and find out how fast it goes. I'm gonna give you both a ride. So don't be sad.
Well, I thought you were just gonna get colder one.
Let's get going on first. So as I was taking the kids around the yard and whatnot, I went ahead and got on it a little bit, and the belt has popped off continuously a couple times. Only whenever you're really trying to rip on it. If you're just driving it normal, it does fine. But if you're trying to rip on it for some reason, it's popping off. So I think it's that pulley that I installed. I'm thinking that I'm probably going to have to switch that out to a bigger pulley, move it over, or put it as like a tensioner pulley, and I think that'll solve the problem. So I might dive into that tonight and see if I can't figure that out. But I think that's the next thing on it.
Lost my belt.
Oh no! I think it's catching on something. Got her loaded. Actually worked out pretty good. Went to go get my truck, and I seen a junker around. He had a wheelbarrow on the back, and I tried hollering for him, but he kept going. I left him the next day. I came back with my truck to pick it up, and he just happened to be driving by. I asked him, "Hey, how much for that wheelbarrow?" He sold it to me for $6. Helped me load the T-bucket up too. So, guys, I got it on my trailer, and it's too low to just drive up on it. It was really convenient that he stopped by. So, I got it loaded, and I'm on my way back.